Greetings and salutations, and welcome to another episode of Flintlocks and Fireballs, where a handful of mad actors will attempt to survive the carnival of silliness that is Dungeons and Dragons.
Hooray!
Joining me this evening is Jason Phelps, Ellie Sparrow, and Robbie Bellekom.
I can't remember if you introduced yourself.
Well, in which case, then I am your host and guest Dungeon Master, Samuel Burns. Hello.
Hooray!
It's not Samuel, it's Samothy.
Samwise.
Lying.
What is this lie?
His name is Samwise, damn it.
Yes.
Yes,
There are far too many Sams, so I needed to find some way to distinguish myself. So, yes, we are going to be continuing from where we left off, but before we do that, I believe it is at this point in the proceedings that we focus on the things to come and ask ourselves, future us, what messages from the present?
It's Future Jason with messages from the present. This episode of Flintlocks and Fireballs is brought to you by you. As ever, a massive thanks to our crew members on the Flintlocks Patreon who help keep this ship sailing. There's a wealth of extra content and bonus features for patrons, including regular blog posts, extra stories narrated by the cast, artwork, and a monthly poll for the community to help design an element to go into the game. You can check it out at patreon.com/flintlocks-and-fireballs, link in the description. We are an affiliate of dnddice.com, makers of beautiful specialty dice since 2010. Whether you need dice because you're masquerading as a vampire, calling Cthulhu, or are some sort of pathfinder gathering the magic munchkins, you can click through our affiliate link in the description and grab yourself or a friend some particularly sexy dice or a particularly sexy leather dice bag. We are also an affiliate of Zavi, fine producers of nerdy garments and handy household items. Remember, you can click through the affiliate link in the description and use code FLINTLOCKS20 to take 20% off clothing and FLINTLOCKS10 to take 10% off not clothing. And that's it for announcements this time. Back to you, Past Jason.
Ta-da!
To be fair, it's not. That isn't usually when we look at the future, but it's usually about 5 minutes later after we've gotten all of the stupid out our system. But we didn't get it out our system, Samothy. It's going to be in the game now.
Ah, yes. Well, that's probably all
stupid.
to the good.
I'm extremely concerned about Gertie, Axel, and Phyllis.
Yes.
Oh no, my notes! Where the hell are they?
Those are literally the
flying
only
rocks
notes
with
I have
eyes.
written down. I've not written anything else down. I've written the names of the cows and the name of the man that keeps the cows. Nothing else has been written, so get excited.
Genuinely a thing. I was looking around at my notes, in the way that, prepared DMs apparently do. Working out who we all were and where we all were and what happened last time. For those of you listening along at home, you have the option of just listening to the previous episode.
Yeah, which honestly, considering this is probably a two-shot, I would kind of recommend that you do this time around. Usually I'm
do.
like,
Yes.
I mean, stay if you want to, but when it's a two-shot, it feels silly to start here.
It's absolutely your own choice, but yes, we're going to be jumping back into a story in progress.
Yeah, my notes from last time consist of Orville Olafsson, what might be Jam Venderkilled.
Jan Venderkrild.
Yeah, Jan Vanderkill, that's what he said.
Oh, my handwriting.
Well, the good
Of
news
course,
is I
Gertie
found some
Axel
notes.
Phyllis.
She's the watch captain.
There's no-
I have found some notes.
The old
Bad news is they're
cow.
from the wrong game.
And of course, Tiffany's tableware.
Oh yes, that's probably something I should point out. Actually, the original premise for this game is very, very similar to a game I did run at one point for 4 of our patrons, and you all know who you are. How that game went and how this one may go are probably going to be very, very different.
I found the real notes.
Oh, well done.
I only
I mean, that
spotted
seems
them
like
because
a
I
good
saw
point.
the word Gertie, Axel, and Phyllis.
Excellent.
Well, clearly they are the glue that is holding this narrative together, and we should probably try and find out.
I mean, they will be if we can find their bones and boil them.
How many cows can we make Sam name today?
Well, all these questions and more will be answered, hopefully, in this edition of Flintlocks and Fireballs.
Our land stands on the sabre's edge.
Our cities are a powder keg.
Brother chains brother, no one's free. A life on land is short, you'll see.
So gather your muskets, gather your spears, we'll plunder the shores of Calcinea. No kraken, storm or spell we fear, so come and sail with us, my dear.
Ooh, I've never had to do this before. Previously on Flintlocks and Fireballs, the party arrived in Crosswater and were almost immediately beset by a herd of charging bison. Now, this is not a naturally tenable position for bison, and they soon discovered that these bison were in fact the charges of one Orville Olafsson, who has been having a lot of trouble recently with some of his bison going missing. This has been causing a public nuisance, which the captain of the watch, Jan van der Krilt, has employed the party to try and deal with. They made their way from Crosswater, across country, passing ye olde friendly mimic, who helped them along the way, and eventually finding themselves at the foot of a large abandoned watchtower, at which point they were beset by several members of the undead, which they quickly made short work of. Finding that these undead apparently were, at least in life, soldiers, they were not, as they might have expected from being in Brighthall, Brighthall-ish soldiers. They did in fact have the uniforms of the Orsirian army on them. And it is at this point that we rejoin the action.
Were we next to a tower? Had we reached the watchtower?
Yes.
I was 10 feet up the tower.
You'd started walking up the watchtower, hadn't you?
Yes, you had made a strategic withdrawal to halfway up the watchtower in order to engage these zombies at range.
So, as I'm going to then take a moment, glancing around, lift a hand up to help plates off my shoulders, which I believe is where you currently are.
Yeah, so it's shooting arrows off your head. Yep.
Yeah, and lower you down, and under the guise of, I'm going to walk away from you to investigate one of the bodies, and using my own body as cover, I'm going to reach into my jacket and, as stealthily as I can, try and pull out a little dried and desiccated robin, whisper to it, and a little live robin flitters out and takes to the sky. Before they do, I whisper to Rathur, "Watch for foes," in Gigantic. So it's a bit more like, this would be
Can either of us see this?
I mean, I'll give it a roll because my
I'll say sleight of hand.
Yeah, sleight of hand, and you both have cracking passives. I'm going to say because that was a 9. So you
Yeah, both of
you
see
definitely
this.
at least see me reach get something up my pocket and then a bird fly away.
Oh,
Hey,
bird's back.
friend.
Bird's back.
Is that bird your friend?
I nod.
What's his name?
Rathur.
Can I touch it?
I glance up, whistle, and Rautha is going to fly down, kind of buzz around you for a moment, land on your hand.
Hello. I stroke its head.
And kind of leans into the stroke. Rautha, Scuriosa Numa. Takes back into the sky to just keeping an eye out for foes.
So is it going to be sort of circling?
Yeah, just circling for the moment.
Okie dokie. Yeah, you can see that the tower is set back a little way from the main road, and there is a small winding path that leads up to it. The zombies had apparently been concealed where they fell, or where they were, by large, tall grass that spreads over a lot of the surrounding area. I believe, Francis, so you're still halfway up the tower?
I'm still halfway up the tower. I'm going to walk a little bit further up and have a little look around, see what I can see.
All right. Are you going to the top, or are you trying to see if there are windows, or what?
Oh, I was just going to... I'll go to the top, yeah. Sod it.
Okay.
What's the view from the top?
All right. You make your way up the side of the tower. There is a... it has a slightly flared top section, where there's, I believe the correct term is some matriculations that are extending out past where the main wall of the tower is. If you kind of imagine a large rook like the chess piece, but about 200 feet tall. Atop this, you find that the main surface area of the top of the tower is in quite bad disrepair. It looks like it had been neglected for some time anyway, but quite a lot of the battlements and whatnot appear to have just been either knocked off or have broken away with age. There is a large amount of dead vegetation up here, however, in the form of tree trunks and like dead scrubland. It's sort of all kind of packed down on top of it, kind of making giving the slight impression that the top of this tower has like a badly fitted wig.
Excellent.
Well, I can't see any of this, but Rautha probably can.
Yes.
After taking a glance around for a moment, I close my eyes and hum softly to myself and open my eyes as Rautha and get kind of this same view from above.
All right. Well, one thing that both Francis and now Fastur have are unparalleled views of the rather flat land that lies for miles around. Obviously, this was a watchtower built here to guard either a road of strategic importance, but if anyone were coming up or down that road, you would literally see them coming from miles away.
Okay. Do I see anyone coming?
Roll a perception check.
Oh, bloody hell, that's
Anyone
a natural
else who
20.
wants to can. Okay.
So that's a 31.
Perception check brewing, if I'm honest.
16. Oh, actually, no, I use Rautha's, so it might actually be an 18.
Okay.
Because Rautha has better eyes than Fastur.
So, an 18 and a 31. My goodness. Okay.
I love expertise.
Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it? So, first of all, with an 18,
Sorry. No, it's a dirty 20.
Oh, a dirty 20.
Yeah.
Hello.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, natural perception of +3.
Great. All right. So you can see that taking advantage of the bird-like senses, one of the things that does immediately stand out to you, other than all of this vegetation on top of the tower, is that the rest of the surrounding land looks surprisingly empty. Like, you would expect to see other birds. You would expect to see maybe various different rodents or other small scurrying mammals across the field, but there's none of that for a long, long way around. With a 31, in addition to all of this, you see quite clearly on top of the tower 2 things of note. One, within the dense dead vegetation, you can see a number of what look like various different types of bones. They are a little bit difficult to identify at first, but they appear to have been deposited in the center of this this vegetation in kind of little. I say little. They're like about the size of a leg of lamb pellets. The other thing that you noticed is that there is underneath all of this a trapdoor that presumably leads to the tower below, but currently is impossible to open because it has all of this vegetation sitting on top of it.
How smart is Francis? Oh, not smart. Nope, Francis doesn't have a clue what this could be.
Yeah, Fastur immediately knows what this is.
I'm glad someone does.
Do something really dumb if nobody says anything.
I'm going to say something, but just roll me an initiative check to see whether you do the dumb thing before I do.
Fair, yeah, roll it.
There's loads of dead things up here. What do all this dead stuff could be about?
That is 17.
Also 17. What's your dexterity?
My dex is +4.
Then you get in before I do.
I can speak with plants and talk to some grass and try and ask it where the big bird is.
Okay.
I just I go up to I go up to some blades of grass and just stroke it gently. There's a little bit of purple poof magic that happens. Hello, my name is Plate. Hi, what's your name?
Oh, not really had a need for one before. Is that what the big people have?
It is. Would you like one?
Sure.
I'm going to call you Hannah.
Great. Okay, so, yes, I am Hannah.
Okay, Hannah. Have you seen any big birds and or Gertie, Axel or Phyllis anytime recently? Gertie, Axel or Phyllis are cows.
Oh. Yeah, they eat people, don't they?
The cows or the big birds?
Well, I don't know about the birds, but the cows, they definitely eat people, right? That's what they're known for.
I didn't know that, but maybe?
They do if you're grass.
So sad.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shout to Fastur. Fastur, do cows eat people?
I'm going to say, just for comic effect, I'm still eyes closed humming. I'm at this moment having the realization that I can see a nest up there. And next time you're talking to the grass, I'll open my eyes.
By the way, fucking 10 out of 10 for Lodric on cows eat people if you're grass, because that's amazing. It's so good. Yes, we need to look for the cows. Maybe they eat people, I don't know, but we need to find them.
Oh,
It's about this point that I'm going to open my eyes and hear you just going... making like grass rustling sounds, presumably.
Yes, that's how it works. We have established that it sounds like I'm talking the language. So I'm just staring intently at this bit of grass and going, as far as you're concerned.
Yeah.
Maybe waving a little bit in the wind, maybe that's part of the language, I don't know.
Oh, it definitely is.
It is.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, waving.
Yeah, the tuft of grass is sort of waving a little bit from side to side.
But yeah, did you see any big birds?
Well, there's quite a lot of birds, but there haven't been for a while. Except for, well, there's this big thing that comes by every so often. Maybe like every couple of darknesses. And it makes a little darkness when it goes by, because it's like suddenly it's night for a little while, and then it goes by and it's sunny again.
Like a night bird thing.
Yeah, a big bird that makes night.
That makes sense to me. Okay. I will look out for the night bird. Do you, like, which way did it go when it last made night? Do you remember?
It went sort of up towards where the sun comes up.
Towards where the sun comes up.
Yeah. If the road is north-south, then
Fritz doesn't know which way the sun comes up.
yeah.
That could be fucking anywhere as far
It's
as
about
place
this
is
point,
concerned.
I think, that I open my eyes, hear you was like whistling sort of to the grass and going, and stop saying, "There's a net."
Fastur, which way does the sun come up here?
I point east, presumably towards the tower.
Is it look the
Yes.
same every day here?
Yes.
It has been for as long as I can remember.
Okay.
There is a nest on top of the tower.
There's a what?
Oh, really? Oh, you said... Thank you, Hannah. You were telling me that it went where the sun comes up and it went upwards. You were, like, totally right.
Yay!
Climb on my back. I will take us up there.
I have to say goodbye to Hannah first. Give me a minute.
I am smart.
You are very smart. Hannah, before I go, I have a question. What's it like being grass?
Oh, well, it's kind of, I suppose, liberating, really, because, you know, for trees, you gotta stay in the same place for ages and ages and ages, and they hardly move at all when the wind blows, but we can just thrash about like crazy. It's a wild time.
Is that like your favourite thing about being grass?
Yeah, that and when it rains.
Oh, rain would be fun if you were grass. I can see that.
You
Anyway.
get thirsty.
Yeah, I imagine. Anyway, I think my friend probably wants me now, and we probably have something maybe important to do, but like have a really nice grass life.
Excellent. There's some new free fertilizer that's come down here. That's great.
Oh, cool. I'll bear that in mind for if I need any fertilizer. We're best friends forever now, and I'll see you soon, maybe.
Yay!
Bye. Okay, I'm done talking to the grass now. It says that we have to go up where the sun comes up to find the big bird.
Wait, at your discretion, you can roll a intelligence check to see if you realise what they were in fact referring to when they mentioned fertilizer.
Yes, maybe. Oh, my intelligence is quite bad. 16, so...
16. I think, yeah, you probably put that together. They were probably referring to the recently deposited dead bodies.
Yeah, that's dead people.
Huh. Hannah likes eating dead people. That's an interesting revelation. I said it's out loud. 'Cause I feel
Many
like
things do.
that grass is
As
like
if to
Hannah.
punctuate this, I actually pull out the canteen of soup from the old mimic and take a sip. Seal it, put it away. Climb on my back.
Okay.
I should point out there is a door at the base of the the tower, but it does currently look, shut, certainly.
So, yeah, I'm going to do a bit more misdirection here. So this time the sleight of hand check was a 23.
Oh yeah, you get away with that.
Okay.
I'm too busy thinking about Hannah.
So,
Given where Francis is right now, I think it's difficult that that you'd be able to see it from that point.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, especially with what I actually do, which is I reach down and I've got hand wraps that go. They're old. They're worn and kept in repair, but they are old. That kind of go up to the first knuckle joint of my fingers, and I reach to the ring finger of one of my hands and just gently twist something underneath the hand wrap, and then I'm going to start climbing the tower. But although I make a good show of actually climbing it, I don't. I use telekinesis on myself.
Brilliant.
And just levitate up 30 feet per round. While making the motions of climbing.
Does it feel weird if I'm sat on it?
It's a good question, because I'm levitating me.
If anything, it would probably feel smooth.
Yeah, probably very smooth.
Wow, you're really good at climbing.
Old giant trick.
And also, I have another extremely important question. Is there anything growing on the side of the tower? Because it's not been 10 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see there is a small amount of moss and lichen on the outside of the tower.
Hello, Moss.
Hi.
Hi. How are you today?
Damp.
I can imagine.
How I like it.
Good. I don't like being damp, but I'm glad you do. Bye. This is like one of my 2 third-level spell slots today, and I regret not.
And you are getting your money's worth out of it.
Yes.
I mean, if there's any vegetation growing in the nest by the time I get there, in
That's fair.
like a minute.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Up to you,
like,
Less than that. The tower's not that high.
it's 200 feet. Yeah, like 45 seconds later. I lift us over the edge and reach where you've presumably just been for the last few minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just been enjoying the view.
Yeah. Likewise, you see all of this dead vegetation in the center. It's now that you're here, it's not laid out like you might expect a lot of birds' nests to be laid out. It's actually almost laid out a bit like the side of a dovecot, in that like a lot of the vegetation is upright, and there's a section inside it where all of the bones and the various other bits of detritus are laid.
Do they look like they've been placed, or like they like to shit in the same spot?
It looks like it's been constructed in some way so as to like brace against the wind. The interior is quite difficult to make out, but you can see on the outside there doesn't appear to be any particular pattern to how the bones that you can see are. They are all kind of containing like these big clumps or pellets, such as you might expect a bird to disgorge if, say, for example, the bird happened to have a wingspan in excess of 200 feet.
So I found this weird garden, but they've been really bad at watering and everything's dead.
I can't talk to dead things.
Neither.
Yeah, unfortunately, none of the vegetation up here seems to be particularly talkative.
Well, I'm glad the moss didn't have to see this. I can imagine this would be upsetting.
Okay.
From down on the side of the tower you hear, "It was."
Okay, you stay there.
Not going anywhere.
Good. Stay down.
They keep making sort of squelching
I'm
sounds.
talking to the moss.
Right. Fastur nods.
Would you like to say anything to the moss? I can pass a message on if you'd like.
Ooh. Can you apologise for me walking on it? I feel a bit bad about that now it can talk.
Yeah, Francis says sorry for walking on you.
It's alright. You didn't know.
The moss says it's alright you didn't know.
That doesn't feel like a good excuse, though.
Could you ask it if it saw what happened to the people that were garrisoning this watchtower?
Yes. Hello, Moss. Fastur says, what happened to the people who were garrisoning this watchtower?
Pretty sure a couple of them got snatched, and then, there were a bunch of them that were lying on the ground for ages, and they didn't move anymore.
The Moss says some of them got snatched, and then some of them were lying on the ground and didn't move anymore.
Is it the ones who are out there now?
Is it the ones who are out there now?
Some of them.
Some of them, apparently.
That's odd. But that would mean that the Syrian troops were already holding the tower when the rock came.
The flying rock with eyes and wings.
Yes.
Made of bird.
Yes.
That's the one.
Like a big flesh lump with wings and eyes.
Oh, God, right.
That's the thing that's actually notable here.
That's what Francis thinks it is.
For what does look like a bird's nest of some sort, there are no feathers here.
Oh, I've still got some from down bottom, though.
Yep.
I have a question.
Yes.
All the plants, well, I only talked to 2 plants, but all the 2 plants that I talked to
You
said,
shouldn't generalise.
Yeah, exactly. It's good to be polite. Said that the bird was this way, in a manner of sort of plant way, but the bird is not here, so where is the bird?
I had assumed it had gone to hunt, but it is odd there are no feathers here. I'd actually like kind of like a survival check and see if I can get a sense of how recently something might actually have landed here.
Yeah, sure. Make a survival check.
That is a 19.
A 19. Okay. Yeah, with a 19, you don't think this can have been here for that long. In terms of how recently it has been used, given the browning of the vegetation and the basic level of weathering on the bones, you would say probably not more than a couple of days.
But does it look as if, like, a huge creature has landed on it and broken things, or, like...
Like, looking at some of the battlements, you can see that, well, it could have been just age and weathering, but there are some bits that are clearly have had something hit into it or stand on it that the structure of the tower was never designed to take.
It feels as if something has landed here in the last 2 days.
Other than us just now.
Yes, and the moss. It has been used, but why are there no feathers?
Well, there was some down the
someone steal
bottom.
them?
Has someone pinched them? I mean, I've pinched some.
I pinched one. Somebody else could have pinched them.
Let us... perhaps we should investigate the tower.
Yeah, there's a way down here, but there's this big old stuff on top of it. Should we try moving it, or...?
I'm going to reach my hands under and just try and lift some of this, the huge amounts of stuff out of the way.
Okay. Everybody make an athletics check then.
22.
22.
Athletics. Okay.
I'm going to try and burn
Also
some of it with
22.
Druidcraft instead.
Sorry, what was that?
I might try and burn some of it with Druidcraft instead.
Great,
Make a
yep,
little
okay.
campfire with that, can't you?
So 22, and arson.
Yes.
Yep.
Arson is my athletics roll.
Which is such a good idea when we're standing
This
in what is
character
basically a
actually has athletics. What am I
bonfire.
doing? This character actually has an athletics skill. I'm a fool. Oh well, never mind.
Well, you know, you're either going to succeed, or at the very least, Gondor will think you're calling for aid.
Yeah. Oh, it's the best scene, isn't it?
Yeah.
Beat them, it's the best.
Okay, with a combined 22 and trace amounts of arson, you were able to kind of shift the superstructure of this nest kind of around so that the upright side of it is facing in a different direction, and you then gain access to the trapdoor. As you go to examine the trapdoor in more detail, it flies open, and an orc with a musket pops up and says, "Who are you? Where did you come from?"
Hello!
I'm Plates. What's your name?
And then, I've already reached back for the huge staff, but as you say that, I just pause and leave my hand on it.
Hi, I'm Francis. I put out a hand.
Whistle softly and have a little bird land on my shoulder.
Reinhardt, where did you come from?
Oh, that's a
down
difficult
there.
question. I've been quite a few places, really. We were on a boat. That came from somewhere.
We were on a boat, and then we went in the town, and there were lots of cows, and then we went walking.
There were
and
so
then
many
we were
cows.
here.
How'd you get up here? Did it drop you and then fly off again?
No, we
climbed
walked.
up.
He sort of looks at the side of the tower and then...
What uniforms is he wearing?
He is not wearing a uniform that you recognise immediately. He has a military bearing about him, but it looks like, he's just wearing a very simple shirt and braces. It's almost like he's trying to look a little bit nondescript.
Okay. I'm gonna lower my hand from the quarterstaff for the moment. Peace, friend. We are not here to fight. How did you come here?
We've been hiding inside for days. Look, we can't talk here. You better come down and meet Aaron.
Okay.
And you see him start to move back down there is a ladder inside. Says, "All right, all of you, slow, one at a time."
You go first.
Me?
The almost giant, the 10-foot tall figure kind of nods and gestures for you to go first.
It's going to be a bit of a squeeze for you to get through that hatch. You can do it, but yeah.
I will go last.
I will look sadly at the edge of the tower and the giant feathers I was holding and half planning to jump off and try and fly and just... All right, go down the ladder.
You all make your way down the ladder and are escorted by Reinhardt down a large spiral stone staircase that runs the inside of the tower. There was obviously this was the main hatch up to the observation platform. but you can tell that the interior of the tower is oddly bare and echoing. There are what look like either windows or maybe even arrow slits. That was how long ago this tower was perhaps built. As you make your way down, you can see that there are various remnants of bits of wood and other construction materials at various different points, sort of indicating that there were at one point like different floors, but now the interior of the tower just looks hollow. When you finally make it to the bottom, you find that there is at the base a large amount of stone and old wood debris, some of which has been turned over in order to make rudimentary tables and chairs. The thing that you notice here is that it is incredibly gloomy. There are no real natural light sources that are penetrating down this far, and there are a few hooded lanterns dotted about, which are the only sources of light down here. You also see 4 other individuals. There is a half-elf, and this half-elf does in fact have what looks like the remnants of an Orsirian officer's jacket on them. Another orc, and a human. Both of these appear to be in various states of dishevelment, I will say. They look like they've been on the road for a number of days. The final person is another human who has dark skin, a high-collared jacket, which is of a vaguely tan-like colour. Hair braided back into a simple bun. And what looks like the vestiges of a little bit of cavalry armour on one side. Again, all of these people here, they have the bearing of soldiers about them, but if they are soldiers, then they have been a long, long time without relief.
Interesting.
As you come down and say, "Hey, Aaron, look what I found!" And the woman steps forward, says, "Well, are they sending angels to rescue us now?"
Yes.
Huh.
We're angels. That is exactly what we are.
I have cupcakes. Would anyone like one?
You see
I would.
The others like immediately stand up, and Aaron says, "Sure, yeah, we haven't had any decent food for days now.
Well,
Thank you."
Why?
And a cupcake for you, and for you, and for you, Fastur, and also for you, and for you. I'm plates. Hello.
Did you not notice that thing up there? We've been hiding in here for days. It's the only place it can't get to.
There was only dead plants up there when we went.
There's nothing up there, mate.
Right.
Was there a bunch of dead people outside? Did you know?
Yeah.
Well, that's just unhygienic.
Didn't have much choice in the matter.
There's also some really friendly grass. Did you know that?
Also, you shouldn't walk on the moss because it's people.
Why?
She kind of cocks her head like... Alright, you said you're angels. That would at least explain the feathers that you've got. Is that from the thing up there?
No, there's no feathers up there. These were on the floor outside.
Oh, that must have been from when... We arrived here... God, it must have been... at least half a week ago now. The first thing we knew about it was when that thing started chasing us down on the road. this was the first cover we could get to, and we had to force the door to get in here.
Why? What happened to the people who lived here? Or worked here? Lived? What is this building? Do people live in a watchtower? Or do you just watch? I suppose you can watch and live.
Oh, I imagine this is long since abandoned, and this is like either from the last war or the war before last.
Given the tattered remnants of Assyrian, so the person who's talking at the moment, they have the bearing of maybe the captain of this group?
Yeah. You would guess this is the ranking officer.
This was the cavalier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to get what's left of my canteen of soup and sort of move as if it's a bit stuck and take my huge staff and try and give it a little bit of a nudge to open the top and pass him some soup. Is it him? Her? Sorry, wrong person. Her some soup. Here, you must be hungry.
She takes it from you slightly hesitantly.
As she does so, I will touch her hand with mine. Okay. 23 on the sleight of hand check.
Okay.
And cast Charm Person.
Okay.
Wisdom save, please.
Right.
I see it happen. I'm not bright enough to know what it is.
Okay. What's this one's wisdom? Okay, what is the DC on that?
The DC on this is 14.
14.
So she may or may not realise that it's even been cast.
Oh, okay.
And as
she recoils from you after a brief moment and says, Hey, stay out of my head, or we're going to have some serious trouble here.
What?
We are here. We have no quarrel with you or whatever your mission here was. But we are seeking the creature that brought you here.
And Gertie, Axel, and Phyllis.
Gertie, Axel, and Phyllis are very important. Do you know where they are?
And whether it has eaten any large cows.
Specifically Gertie, Axel, and or Phyllis.
It seems to do very little other than hunt. Every time we've tried to make a break for it, it's gone after us again. We've had to rush back here. We thought...
You must have been timing it really badly, because I've not seen anything anywhere.
Yeah, we came all the way here and we've not seen it.
And she turns to the half-elf and says, Doris, go and check the perimeter. And the half-elf goes over to the door, which you can see actually from this side is just very crudely barred. It has a there's a hole in the brickwork by where its closing mechanism would have been, indicating that it has basically just been forced off its hinges and then put back. And peering out, looks like they ran into the bait. And Erin says, all right, quick once round. Hans, you go with her.
Bait?
Look, it's not pretty, but we didn't actually have anyone who could say the words over our dead. We managed to get in here, but some of us didn't make it. We figured better chuck them out there and have them as a distraction rather than in here trying to eat us.
Gross.
Oh, I'm so happy about that.
Look, we didn't have the luxury of a priest or a cleric here.
Yeah, but you had big knives. Like, just take the head off. Jeez.
I have a question. I think it might be for Jason rather than Sam.
Yeah.
Really.
Go on.
Few people come back in the Dreamfold.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know how to react because I don't know if people come back in the Dreamfold or not.
Not in this way, but dying in the Dreamfold is not a good thing.
Okay.
Dying in the Dreamfold is for real.
If you don't want to spoil it,
Yeah,
it's up to you.
I would say that the best reference is dying in the Dreamfold is the Dreamfold. I'm just going to canonically just state the Dreamfold is not the underworld, but dying in the Dreamfold goes a little bit like how you might imagine dying would go if you were Orpheus halfway through Hades and you died.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But what does that look like from the outside? Because Plapes has never died, obviously. I mean, are people zombies or?
You've seen people die. So they aren't zombies, but they die, and then someone else can take over. But they're not zombies. It's just whoever finds it first.
Oh,
so
so
they
like
do
another
rise,
intelligence
though.
can...
They don't. Yeah, but they don't rise as zombies.
They rise as someone.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh,
Yeah.
That makes this very interesting to play with. Oh, thank you. That's fascinating. Anyway.
Yeah, they rise as someone, and people, and your members of your people like Vera, hunt those things down as a priority.
Are they scary and bad things?
They are scary. They are bad. They can freely traverse worlds.
Cool.
Grim.
Fun.
I love it.
Don't die in the Dreamfold, kids.
Well, you shouldn't really leave them. Just anyone could get in there. You
In
can just
where?
leave people dead. That's not a good thing to do.
Well, we were hoping that maybe it would go after them and we could make a break for it.
Well, this is a pretty big maybe to leave maybeing, you know?
Yeah. Well put.
Like, you don't know what's going to get in there if you just leave them to it. You know, you
Nothing
might be
living,
fine, but
that's
there's
for
a
sure.
town not that far away.
Trust me, they
And a
were
road.
never going to get that far with that thing around.
Well, we did. We came all the way from the town. We're
Seriously?
fine.
Yeah, you're not trying hard enough.
Why has it brought back anyone else except your troop?
Well, until a couple of days ago, we were able to go up and peek through the hatch and check, but I think it's been building something up there, a nest.
It kind of looks like a nest up there.
Why?
Oh, it does now you say that. I thought it was just like a rubbish garden.
But nests usually have eggs, right?
Yeah, you haven't seen any, have you?
Not that I
No.
noticed. God, that would be such a big omelette.
Ooh,
Massive.
can I make an insight check about the about that? Something about that question. Whether that's something they really want to know. 18, which is
18.
really good considering my insight is a -1.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I'm almost
You
wondering.
get the impression that that she is pretty desperate to get out of here, but also is is thinking about that in terms of if there's something else that can be used to distract this thing, that's strategically valuable.
Okay, so she wasn't after. They weren't here for the eggs. Worth checking.
Okay, I have a question. If we assume that you didn't do something wrong, so this bird hates you specifically, or you're just really rubbish at fighting and it keeps finding you, why didn't
I'm making that assumption.
us? Like, why didn't we get eaten by the bird if we came here through the same route that you've been like hiding in a tower for days? Like, why didn't we get eaten?
I don't know.
A bird? I thought it was a rock.
I mean, a rock made of bird.
Okay.
It's a giant fucking bird. It looks like like something cross between an eagle and a hawk, but massive, like a huge dragon.
Okay, I think maybe that's not what we're here for then, because that's not what we were told to look for.
That is what we are here for.
We're not here for a rock made of bird.
It is also a rock.
I don't understand.
I'm so confused.
It is a great bird. It is also a rock.
You're not explaining, you're just saying the same thing
It is
over and
called a
over in
rock.
the same way. But why is it called a rock when it's a bird?
Why are you called plates when you are not made of
Because
plates?
I wear plates!
But you are not made of plates.
But I am a bit.
I mean, plates is pretty much made of plates, let's be honest.
Is that
Is
the
Francis
giant
made of
word for
France?
it?
See, Francis?
No, I haven't asked. I think that would be rude.
What? I mean, maybe.
Then how do you
What's
know the bird is not made of rock?
How does it fly? Wait, no, rocks fly. We established this.
Rocks do fly.
Before this
But
is
only
done,
in
you
some
will see
places,
rocks
not
fly.
everywhere.
This thing certainly does. Look, we were trying to get to Crosswater, okay? Can you get us there?
We could try. Why were you trying to get to Crosswater?
That's our business.
I mean,
Oh, you don't
is
want to go
it,
there, there's
though,
cows
like,
everywhere.
If you're going to leave dead people around to be just picked up by anyone to walk around and hurt people, is it your business why you were going to Crosswater, or is it the business of the people who could actually help you?
The tiny person makes really good points.
I like most people. Most people are nice, but if you leave dead people to just dead people about, that's pretty irresponsible. So, like, how do we know you're not going to go and leave dead people around everywhere in Crosswater, or do something equally mean?
Look, there's going to be a ship waiting for us, okay?
Yeah?
We want to get on the ship and sail far away from here.
Okay, you want to leave.
Yes.
A moment. Fastur steps away and gestures to the other two to come whisper.
Are we having a huddle?
Yes.
Oh, I love a huddle.
I like huddles.
This is going to be super awkward with all the different heights.
I
Okay,
just
I'll
get
sit
down on my
on-
knees and, like, kneel.
I sit on one of the knees. If you're on one knee, I sit
Yeah.
on the knee.
Oh, okay, yeah, that works. I get on one knee, you sit on the knee, and then
Yeah,
we're
and
back on
Francis
height.
is probably about the right height.
I
Just
have...
about.
This feels too great a coincidence. The rock arrives, they arrive. We know that the king of Brighthall is coming for a parade.
The parade?
I think it was
A parade?
Is it a
That sounds
parade?
fun.
I think it was a parade.
It's a state visit, but yeah.
For a state visit, yeah. Parade is the word Fastur would use then.
I mean, you've used the word parade now, so
Fastur expects a state visit to be a parade.
this is pretty reasonable,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Maybe they are here to kill the king, but that is no concern of mine. But we are here for the rock. If the rock is here for them, if we take them, the rock will come for them. And then, perhaps we have our chance to tame the rock.
So you think the rock bird rock hates them specifically?
It seems odd that no one else has been attacked that we can see.
Honestly, I kind of agree with you because, again, why haven't we been eaten? We were just like little cupcakes sitting on the road for a while, you know?
I am super appetizing. Everyone would want to eat me. I mean, look at me.
Bite you on the shoulder.
Fastur just gives you a look of sort of, no, you're entirely the wrong species.
Oh, come on,
Like-
Fastur.
like
You know you want to. You eat anything.
You may be
Yes,
curious,
but you're not dead yet, and if you leave it too long, they get up like they did outside.
I've bitten people who tasted more interesting, but you are also not the worst.
If I died, would you eat me?
Yes.
Like,
Oh, Fastur,
Maybe.
that's so sweet.
it depends if you tasted good.
I think I taste great.
At this
You are
moment,
correct,
your
so-
bird, Rastor, comes back through.
Hello,
It
friend.
starts sort of chirruping animatedly.
I
Shit.
narrow
Bird's
my
back.
eyes. I narrow my eyes and listen. I get. I forget exactly how the spell works. Whether I can understand it or if I just get an emphatic sense.
I think it's more a case of an emphatic sense, and you the instructions you gave it were to keep an eye out for anything hostile.
I frown and whisper to it in gigantic, "Go, show me." And then I close my eyes and look through Ratha's.
Okay. It flies back up through the little arrow hole that it flew back through, and you can see pretty high up in the sky, periodically just flying in front of the sun, the outline of a bird. At this range, it just looks like maybe a bird of prey might look 100 or so feet up, and then it descends and it gets bigger, and it descends and it gets bigger.
Yeah, I whisper up because we're within 100 feet of Ratha. Return, but keep an eye, and open my eyes.
All right, it
is here.
It's back down to you. Shit! All right,
What,
get the hatch closed.
What, Rock?
It is circling down from above.
Can it get inside here?
I don't think so, but I wouldn't like to put that to the test. I think the only reason it can't smell us is we're down here, it's up there.
Right. What if we put something in the middle of its nest before it gets all the way down?
I volunteer.
Like what? Like you?
I volunteer.
Like a bean?
A bean?
Yeah, like a cool bean that does stuff.
Perhaps send the bean with Francis.
I volunteer.
Can have 2 snacks. Why not?
Okay, well, just, take a bean, put it in the middle of the nest.
Just take a bean out of your pouch and...
This is a distraction, right?
Yeah.
Potentially. What does the
What
bean
sort
do?
of bean
Or
do you
it's
have?
nothing. So, we'll find
Yeah.
out.
Think for a moment furiously about this. All right. If the plan is to use Francis as the bait, we should be up near the trapdoor. I look to the probable Assyrian assassins. You should make ready to run as soon as we are up there.
All right. Crazy people, what are you planning?
I was going to
Well, we're
hide and then I was going
planning
to shoot it.
something Which is more than what you've done. So, do you want to help or do you want to cower inside? Because both options are okay.
I want to get out
I'd
of
like to
here.
know which you're doing.
I want to get out of here, and I think I speak for everyone else here that that's the case.
That doesn't actually answer the question.
Look, we haven't been able to get out of here for the last couple of days. If you've got a better idea, I'm happy to go with that.
well, come up to the trapdoor with us then and see if we can help. Now, I have another question. Are we taming the bird and keeping it as a pet? Are we killing it? Are we making it sleep? What are we doing with the
Oh, good
We
question.
should try and tame it.
So I can't just shoot it.
I would like a pet giant rock bird rock. That would please me.
They were the steeds of my ancestors.
Ooh, so it might be your friend if you ask nicely.
Or if you ask nicely.
I could do that.
Beast Whisperer.
Beast Whisperer, you make me sound so cool.
You
I
are
like
so
that.
cool.
Thank you. I'm gonna start saying my name is Place the Beast Whisperer.
If it attacks you, though, I get to shoot it, right?
I think if it was going to peck my eyes out, I would like you to shoot it first, but only if
Cool.
everyone else is okay with that.
Weaken it. We can work on it over time.
Okay. So I'm going to hide on the roof.
And we're going to make our way
Go
up
on.
to just beneath the trapdoor and lie in wait. I guess I can leave Routh above the trapdoor and kind of look through his eyes.
Yeah, actually. Are you leaving the trapdoor open, or are you closing it?
Can we leave it too so that we can, like, thrust it up and emerge?
Yeah, I'm starting
Okay,
to
yeah,
get a
you,
D100 for my fucking beans. Give me a
Excellent.
Maybe plates should be the bait, actually, because, I mean, it's going to see me and attack. And at that point, I'm shooting it, so...
I could be bait.
If you want to do the talking, you might be better bait.
Okay. I'll take a bean.
Once
Okay.
it gets close, ask if it wishes. I've never actually done this. I suppose ask if it wishes to be friends, and we will go from there.
That's what I was 100% going to ask anyway, so I will do that. But I could ask if it wants to be friends with you, if you would like.
Yes. Friends with all of us. I look at Francis. How are you at grabbing at flying?
Amazing.
How are you at grabbing onto things while being flung at speed?
That is my speciality.
Then
You'd be
I'm
amazed how often it happens.
gonna give you the loop of rope the 50 feet of rope I've got from my adventurer's kit.
I have no idea if Francis is any good at anything, Francis.
Yep.
I
It's
like
more
this
fun
as a
that
character
way.
trait, though.
Yeah.
Are you good at this? Yes, is the answer. That's the best reaction.
So you're the one he gets to try and lasso the bird so he can try and get onto it.
This is so stupid, and I'm so down. We've been literally given a mission to like get rid of this bird, and we're like, it's a pet.
That would get rid of it.
Perfect.
This is going to go so badly.
Well, I'm gonna go stand on top of the trapdoor with a cupcake in one hand and a mysterious bean in the other. So get
Okay.
excited.
Have you
I'm
rolled
gonna
for the
hide on
mysterious
the
bean?
roof.
What was that?
Have you rolled for the mysterious bean?
I haven't yet. I figure I'll drop it on the floor and roll for it when it lands.
Fair.
So
Cool.
up
No
to
worries.
you if you prefer it to be rolled now.
No, that's absolutely fine. I was just curious.
I'm
Okay.
hiding
gonna
in the
hide on the
trapdoor.
roof.
I'm not hiding well. That was a 5.
I don't want to know what it
I
does until
am-
it happens, you know?
Okay.
Oh, I'm hiding decently well.
I'll roll a stealth
23.
for Erin.
I'm going under a tree on the roof.
Okay, yeah. Like there is a fallen tree trunk that is placed in a similar way to like how a smaller bird might have used a large twig in order to construct part of its nest. You hunker down. You become aware that the trapdoor itself, the mechanism, squeaks ever so slightly as you sort of prop it open so you can see. And plates, you see at first. You're not really making much of an attempt to hide in amongst the nest, are you? You're just sort of standing by
I
the
know, I'm
the
literally
trapdoor.
just standing there with a cupcake and a bean. Like, there's
Great,
no
cool.
attempt to hide.
Cool. All right. You see the form of this giant bird descend to the point where the entirety of the top of this tower is cast into shadow as it lands heavily. Talons splayed out against the top of the tower. From within the tower, you all hear a very deep as the bird lands. It folds its wings up and sort of ruffles its feathers a little bit, and then peers down at you, Plates, and regards you quizzically, its eyes narrowing slightly.
I do some wizard fingers, there's some purple sparkles, and I cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
That's definitely what Plates' magic looks like, come on.
Yep.
Hello, I am Plates, what is your name?
The spell does not. Well, it is active, but the giant bird does not seem to be responding to you in the way that you would expect.
Can you understand me? Oh dear. This bird doesn't talk very much.
I'm gonna... Right. Okay, different plan. I'll say you first.
I'm gonna do a thing.
Go for it.
Well, if you can't talk, have a bean. I put the bean in front of it.
Okay, roll for what the bean is.
At the moment as you're doing that, I step dramatically out of the thing, presenting the old withered staff, which is just faintly still covered in old gigantic runes, and cast from it comprehend languages.
Ooh, okay.
It's not tongues, so my calling out to it in gigantic isn't really gonna do much, but I do say the old words of sort of, I call to you, steed of the wind, and answer. So if it's speaking a language, I will understand.
What is happening on my end is either going to undermine you horribly or make it better, and I don't know which.
Oh yeah.
So I say that dramatically at the same moment as the bean goes off.
And what happens is,
okay.
10 shriekers sprout, which are shrieking mushrooms.
Okay.
A shrieker is a human-sized mushroom that
Yep.
makes
Yep.
a piercing
Oh, no.
screech to drive off
Yep.
creatures that disturb it.
Yep.
Oh
okay.
no.
So, for the
They
sake
make
of
the
fairness,
shriek audible within 300 feet.
yeah.
Wow, I fucked everything.
Okay, so is it 10 shriekers specifically, or are we having to roll for the number of shriekers?
I have rolled it. It's 1d6 plus 6, and I rolled a 4. So
Oh wow. Okay, right. So, well, for the sake of fairness, I am going to actually get Fastur to roll. I think this just has to be a charisma check for
That would be a 4.
a 4. Okay, so at that
We're
moment,
not a charisma party, are we?
at that moment, a large number of mushroom-like growths start popping up around the various different sides of the tower. You can see that they have large, kind of like mouth-like growths on them that immediately start shrieking out loudly, like "Rah!" The bird immediately flaps its wings down, and the downdraft throws everybody to the floor. I need everybody to make a strength saving throw to prevent from being knocked prone.
19.
19.
Natural 20.
Hey!
Natural 20, okay.
Well, look at us go.
What did Fastur roll?
19.
Oh, 19, right, sorry.
Ogre.
Okay, you do manage to hold your ground, but it is like you're almost bent double against the downdraft. It immediately lashes out instinctively with its beak towards the source of what appears to be these shriekers. And Plates, what is your armor class?
Can I shoot it? Because I've just been waiting to shoot this thing.
Okay. Well, it has just rolled a 25. So yeah, that's going to be a bit of damage, I'm afraid.
Okay.
There we go. Where's the D8? There we go. Okay, you take 12 piercing damage as it lashes down at you, and then it takes the sky. Okay, everybody is into initiative at this point.
Okay.
Ow.
Oh no, that's bad initiative for me.
Yeah, so you didn't manage to get an attack off before it.
No,
Yeah, it's
apparently
terrible
not.
for me as well. I got a 6.
Oh,
Well,
damn
actually,
it.
if you were holding an attack, I'll let you roll that before we get into this. So, make your attack roll.
Okay, am I hidden from this thing? Did it spot
Broadly
me?
speaking, because you're still down underneath the hatch, aren't you?
No, I'm under a tree.
Oh, in which case, yeah, you're still.
I rolled a 23 on my stealth.
23 on your stealth. Yeah, that's
think.
enough.
Did I make that up? I did roll it, but I don't
I
remember
think
what it
you
was.
did roll
you
that.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
I remember you rolling it.
Cool, so I'm hidden. Hooray. That is loads to hit then. What is my to hit? Where is anything on this character sheet? I'm really good with a bow, so that's 27 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Roll damage.
How many of these shrieking mushrooms are within 10 feet? Of
From
the
where
creature.
You are, well, of the creature, pretty much all of them, given its size.
How
It
many
is
of my
gargantuan.
friends are within
Are
how many,
within
10
what?
feet?
Of you now currently?
Oh, of the creature.
Oh, of the creature. Again, because of its size, all of them.
Oh dear. Oh well, let's do this anyway. Sorry! The arrow explodes.
Oh, lightning arrow?
Bursting arrow.
Ah, nice.
So there's everything within 10 feet takes an extra 8 points of damage.
8.
Of force damage, and the damage from the arrow itself is d6. Oh no, more d6s than that because it's got sneak attack because I was hidden. 8 points of sneak attack and 8 points of normal damage, so 16.
So is it just 8 for everybody else, or?
Yes, 8 damage for anyone from force damage from the explosion, and then 16 damage for the actual attack.
Quick question. Has
Yeah.
it been at least 10 minutes since the zombie fight?
Yes.
Cool, thank you. That's really helpful for me.
Okay, so gotta roll some initiatives myself.
Hilariously, I'm still concentrating on speak with animals, so not that means anything, but it's happening.
True. Okay, and right, that is so initiatives then.
6.
Also 6.
14.
6, 6, oops, sorry, 14. Okay, well, good news, Plates. You're not going last,
Oh no.
but that does unfortunately mean that. Oh, actually, Francis, you're top of the round.
Oh!
Still close enough for you to leap onto. Is it still close enough for you to leap
Yes.
Hooray. I'm just looking at a thing. Where's my thing?
Do the Shriekers have a mechanical effect other than just making everything deafening and horrifying?
I don't think so. I think they just scream.
Okay.
It looks like they just scream.
Like, feel free if anyone can correct. Feel free.
onto? No, that's usually enough.
Okay.
Where is it?
it
The
looks like it
creature's
just
already
screams.
taken a thing.
Yeah, it just
Okay,
shrieks.
I'm gonna.
No attacks or anything, it just shrieks.
Just sort of-
13 hit points it has.
Okay.
So it's taken some damage. Well,
Yes.
they've taken some damage. I'm going to try and climb on the back of this rock. I'm going
Okay.
to try and lasso it.
Right.
What am I rolling for that?
If you have a lasso to hand, that's fine.
I
will
gave you
just-
the rope.
Yeah,
I have
I'll
the
say-
rope that I was given.
Yeah. In order to climb onto its back first, that would be either an acrobatics or an athletics check, your choice. In order to lasso it, I'm gonna say. I'm gonna make this a grapple check, but with advantage because you are using an implement to do so.
Cool. So to get on its back
Yeah.
is loads, because I'm an expert at acrobatics, so that's 29.
Bloody hell. Okay, yes, you do manage to, like,
I love
scurry up its
expertise.
leg, crawl across the downy feather, and you're now, like, onto the middle of its back.
And so, what is a grapple check? Is that strength?
Yes.
Just straight strength? No proficiency or anything?
It's-
With
It
advantage?
would be
It's
athletics,
athletics.
actually.
Athletics. Okay, well, I do at least have proficiency.
It's a contested athletics check.
Because my strength ain't good. But you said advantage because I got the lasso?
Yes. Yes.
Haha. Well, one of them is cocked. Roll that again. Ooh, one of them's an 18, though, plus 6, so 24.
I do not believe this. Okay. So, yes, you managed to get the lasso. Are you going for, like, around its neck?
Yeah.
Or- right, yeah. Okay, so this thing has an absolutely insane level of strength, but you do in fact manage to get the lasso over its beak and down around its neck and pull the thing taut. It is bucking and shifting wildly. You are going to have to make additional strength checks just to hold on, but you do have the thing, functionally speaking, grappled.
Faster, we didn't talk about what the next step was. Faster, what do I do now? This is as far as we go on.
It is now the Roc's turn. So,
It's the reason I gave you 50 feet of rope.
the Roc is going to flap its wings in a downwards motion, attempt to turn its head around and peck at this rather annoying little thing that has just crawled up its back. So that is going to be...
I'm offended at little.
It's relative. This is a gargantuan-sized creature. That is going to be a 17 to hit you.
Oh, that's my armor class.
Okay, so you take 18 points of piercing damage.
I still have damage from jumping off a ship earlier.
Yeah, you do. But good news: your current position renders its ability to attack you with talons absolutely null and void because it cannot physically reach you with them. It does, however, make a swiping attack at some of the shrieking mushrooms, which it clears away about 4 in one large scratch of its talons, and then it goes with its secondary attack after Fastur.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that is going to be a 26 to hit you. So I
Yeah,
think
that hits.
Yeah.
I bring up one arm to shield my body, but I'm just gonna get fucking raked along that.
23 slashing damage, I'm afraid.
Ooh.
Okay, I am bloodied.
It then takes to the sky, provoking an opportunity attack from pretty much everybody on the tower, other than Francis, weirdly enough, because Francis is still essentially in the same space as it moves. Francis, however, I need you to make me a strength saving throw to hold on.
Okay.
opportunity attack.
Oh no. My luck has failed me. I don't think I have any way of re-rolling that.
Unless you can grab onto the rope.
Well, I'm already taking it as they are hanging onto the rope.
That's a 9.
A 9. Okay, unfortunately.
I have nothing I can do about that.
The sheer speed with which it rockets up into the sky, kind of bowls you off your feet, rips the rope from out of your hand, and you just kind of pinwheel over its tail feathers and land unharmed, but definitely in a rather undignified heap back on the surface of the tower. It is up in the air and immediately accelerating.
How far up in the air?
How far up does it get?
Like, what's its movement?
Its movement? Well, yes, it is within 6 seconds, it is already 120 feet away.
Oh, it's got 120 feet of movement.
Is it?
Yep.
Here's a. I'm just because. So this is. I hate to be that player, but it makes
Please.
a difference.
Be that player.
Does it go in? Does it take any sacrifice to its speed for going up? Like, is it? Does it lose any of that speed because it's trying to gain altitude?
It's not going directly vertically upwards. It is going kind of horizontally, but like diagonally upwards. So
How far
One
up has it
thing
gone?
is with 120 feet, and it's the dumbest possible thing, so get excited.
yeah,
Okay.
it
Yeah,
is.
how up and how long?
Oh, okay. In which
Yeah.
case, yeah.
When are we ever going to use Pythagoras, we said in school? And now.
Yeah.
Right now, okay. So it is actually only about 30 feet higher than the top of the tower right now, but its instinct has been apparently just get away. This is a lot of loud, this is a lot of pain, this is a lot of incredibly small, soon-to-be-dead things. It is soaring on a plane perpendicular to the ground.
Okay, so we've got. So basically, with the 50-foot of rope trailing behind it, the nearest point of it is 70 feet away.
Yep.
How much tower is there between us? Like, how much tower is there between where it was and the edge of the tower? Like,
I was going to say, though, everybody on the tower who was in basically melee with it, you have an attack of opportunity to take if you want.
I will definitely stab at it with my little sword.
I figured it's important to play that out before whatever happens next.
Yeah, good shout. 22.
A 22 hits.
Excellent. I'll roll a dice.
honestly, this would be a great moment for me to have.
7 piercing damage.
7 piercing damage. Okay, nice.
Slice at his ankle on its way out.
Yeah, it sort of jerks one of its massive talons up out of your reach. Anyone else going for it?
I don't like you anymore.
Yes, I'm just looking for this. This would be. Oh, sugar! I forgot that I have a reaction that lets me reduce damage. Oh well.
Oh dear.
Reduce so much damage. Remind me of that next time. Yeah. Oh, and I got another reaction that lets me redirect attacks. God damn it! Right.
Oh, dear,
next time
oh,
it
dear.
tries to kill me.
You won't have to wait long.
This is true. Fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna hit it with my try and hit it with my stuff. Then, I mean that's not great. That is it's only only a 13.
A 13, I'm afraid, does not hit.
Yeah, so I swipe at it. Okay. How much tower is there? Like, if I were to run to the edge of the tower, like from where I am now, is that like 5 feet away, 20 feet away?
Yeah, how big is the top of this tower?
Yeah, because that makes a difference. If I can get this, I want to see if I can get it within a certain distance, it might be possible to make that jump to the rope.
I will say, for the sake of simplicity, the top of this tower is about 30 feet in circumference.
Okay. So I can get 40 feet from the edge of the rope.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you're gonna do a thing. I'm gonna. We kind of act. We have the same initiative, don't we?
Do we?
6.
Yeah.
So I guess I would call to you.
Whose dex is higher? If we're gonna
You
try
go
and break it that way.
first. It's up to you whether I get out the words. Get on my back in time.
Sure.
Speaking like that's a free action. Yeah.
Yeah.
Happily.
On my back.
I'm very angry.
Yes, go for it.
Whose turn is it this point?
It's yours. It's yours. You would go first, unless Sam goes. Unless there's other people who go before. Sorry.
Looking at it, the only other people who would actually go before you aren't currently present. So,
cool.
yeah.
Sorry.
It is Plate's go.
Yeah. So I look very angrily at this bird off the edge of the tower. Very, very angry, tiny person. And I get out of my bag a golden rod with lots of little rods.
I
Coming off
forgot
the
you
ends
had this thing.
with colourful balls on the end of each rod, which, if anyone is familiar with the weird stuff in the items of 5e, will know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, "Do not scratch my friends. I don't like you anymore." And I point the wand of wonder at the bird.
Brilliant.
Because it's the only thing I have that is within that range.
I take it needs to make a save of some kind.
You have a bow!
It depends.
You have a long bow!
It really depends. Oh yeah, I do have a longbow. No, I don't know. I'm really
This is
angry.
more fun.
So
This
I'm
is so
doing
much
the
more
wand of
fun,
wonder.
but...
Yep. How much range is a longbow? Is it super long?
Like,
Like 150
Yes.
slash
Oh, like
600.
so many. Oh, well, I'm doing this.
I mean, you're
anyway.
close
yeah.
enough to still hit
It's
it with the
funnier.
wand, so why wouldn't you?
It's much
Yeah.
funnier. Let's do this. So I cast. No, I'm stunned.
Oh,
What does it
no.
stun the wielder?
Yeah, I'm stunned until the start of my next turn, believing that something amazing just happened. So you just see players go, "Whoa!" and like fall over.
Oh god!
Like massive anime eyes.
So I think that you've gone to get on my back, which means I'm going to go as if you've done that.
Brilliant.
Maybe
Okay.
I fall on your foot. I don't know. I was picturing that I was in front of you, and then I was.
I mean,
gonna
you're
get
not
up when I was
resisting
done.
me picking you up.
Not at all.
So-
I'm like, woo!
Okay.
Did you see that?
I'm happy to waste my turn on that. That's really
like,
funny. I just wanted to use the wand of wonder before the end of the session.
yes.
Also, I forget that I have a longbow that is so long. I'm used to having a barb that doesn't have anything at this range. Except for sending, which can be wielded for attack, but yeah, it's a different attack.
I'd have to look it up, but I think longbow short range is like 380 feet or something silly.
Short range is 150.
slash
Oh, 150.
600 is what they're talking.
But yeah,
The next time I
600.
will shoot it. Excellent.
Okay. I need
What
to.
are rangers? I don't know.
I was
Right.
taking 6 and halving it, yeah. Anyway,
So I am going to have to sweep you up under the arm that's There needs to be the arm that was holding the staff as I try and put the staff away. So I got plates under one arm. Francis.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm
For
good
this
here.
round. I am gonna start by trying to basically do a running jump on this. So I run to the edge of the. So the first thing is run to the edge of the roof and try and leap off to get as close as I can. Just try and get that extra few feet of distance.
okay.
I think because jumping would normally take my movement, I'm going to have to
Yeah.
spend a spell and then immediately cancel it and spend a new spell a moment later. So
Okay,
I
which
burn a
spells?
level 1 spell slot, muttering under my breath. So I guess the way that this works is you see plates. I grab your insensate form as you're convinced something amazing just happened. Shove a handful of leaves out of my, take a handful of leaves out of my pocket, chew on them, distinctly reddish leaves, I will note. And gain a burst of speed as I cast Expeditious Retreat.
Oh, wow.
So that I can dash as a bonus action.
Nice.
It's concentration, though. So I jump with my movement as far as I can friggin' manage. That's a 9 on the athletics check, so probably not great.
Great.
It is a running jump, if it makes any difference. But it doesn't really matter, because for my action... and here's where I'm gonna have to just try and do this. I'm gonna cast... I'm gonna use... thumb that ring finger again, and use telekinesis to. So at this point, I've kind of got limit. I've got some options here. I can't affect the rock because it's gargantuan, and the maximum size creature I can hit is huge. But. What I can do is move myself an additional 30 feet.
Okay, I think I see where you're going with this.
Close enough to try and grab the damn rope.
Okay, yep. I will allow this. You won't be able to make a grab for the rope until your next turn.
Oh no, by that point it's gone. My next... okay, in which case then I'm going to get to the rope just in time for it to sail away.
I'm just thinking, you've done a reaction, you've done an action to jump.
Yeah.
And then cast a spell.
I did my I used a bonus action to cast my spell, so I could use my movement to jump.
Right.
But that won't be enough to get... I can't have made a 40-foot jump with that athletics check.
No,
Unfortunately. Yeah, so I've used an action to cast the spell, which means I float just a little bit further and aren't able to grab the rope.
Okay, so from Plate's point of view, you're flying now!
Woo! That's all you hear from Plates this turn.
Okay, it is now Erin's go, and she is going to take the musket from off her back and make an attack with it, because that's about as much as she can do at this point. Crack 1. That hits. Okay. Oh, damage for that. Shite damage, but she does have another attack. And that also hits. Okay. You see her manage to get off 2 shots in pretty quick succession, and both find their mark. She then just pops back down underneath the trap door, because it's the closest thing that she has to a foxhole right now. And that brings us back to the top of the round with Francis.
Okay. I'm going to use a bonus action to try and hide.
Okay.
Which is a dirty 20.
Nice.
Decent stealth.
Okay.
And then I'm going to shoot the bird.
Okie dokie. With your bow.
What else could I do? Yeah, it's going to be too far away for me to do anything else, really.
Okay.
Am I sufficiently hidden to get advantage?
Given the situation, I would say yes.
I will try and sharpshoot at this.
Nice.
Oh, it's not great, though. It's not great. What's my to hit? So -5. 17 to hit.
That does hit.
Ooh, excellent.
It's a large target. Okay.
I mean, it is a large target. There is that. Okay, 6. Plus 6 is 12. Plus 10 is 22. Plus the sneak attack is 31.
Wow. Okay. Decent
Sharpshooter's really handy.
Yeah.
It can be plus 10. It's a lot. And sneak attack helps. And then I'll shoot it again because what else am I going to do?
Well, fair.
I have a bow.
You do. In the age of gunpowder.
Francis likes the stick.
Fair enough.
Sharpshooter again, but I don't have advantage this time, so that's probably a bad idea. Yes, it is a bad idea, because I rolled a 3 plus... That's 8 to hit. 9 to hit.
That does not hit.
9 does not hit.
Yeah. Okay, your arrow sails past it, unfortunately.
Balls. And I'm just going to stand there.
Okay, it is at this moment that it is the Roc's turn. So the Roc is going to kind of pivot in the air and is going to try and make an attack with its talons against Fastur.
Where is Fastur?
Fastur at this point is in midair, seemingly about to fall. I've tried to angle it so it looks like I just jumped really far and it's angling up, but it's actually magic keeping us in the air at this moment.
Does a 16 hit you?
I'm really sorry, Plates, but you're pretty armored, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like really armored compared to me.
I have a 16.
But also stunned.
Also stunned.
Also stunned. You have a 16.
No miss shield time.
And no one else is in range, are they?
No, I'm on the roof still. I couldn't jump that far.
Adorable gnome because you're an absolute monster.
I mean, if you were an adorable gnome with slightly better armor class, I totally would, yes!
I'm adorable.
I thought...
I'm going to give you a cupcake after you damage me, which you're really guilty. They're going to give you an adorable sketch of yourself several hours later and you're going to cry with guilt.
Okay, that doesn't work. In which case, yep, that hits! So, first of all, let's...
Guilted into it.
There's no guilt. I mean, let's find out whether it kills me outright or not first, because that's a talons attack, and I don't have a lot of hit points.
Didn't roll too well there. That is... saying that. That's 19 slashing damage, and you are grappled unless you can succeed a strength save.
Interesting. Depends whether I can grab onto it if I succeed in the strength save or not.
Well, if it's grappling you, then I would say logically you are able to grab onto it if that is what you choose to do.
Yes. I'm going to use my Stone's Endurance as a reaction and reduce that damage by 7, so it was 12 damage instead, which merely halves my current hit points.
Oh boy.
That's fine.
Thankfully, we have somebody with healing magic grabbing onto your shoulder.
Yep. The next question is do I maintain concentration on the magic keeping us in the air?
Roll a concentration.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
With the natural 20. Okay. At this point, fuck it. Let's find out whether I'm grappled against my will or just holding on to this thing now. I mean, that's strength save, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's a 21.
That's enough, actually, yeah.
Okay, in which case, can I try and grab...
It was close, but you make it.
Can I try and grab it just above the talon instead?
Okay, yes, you can. You grab it sort of around the bony bit of what I suppose would be its ankle?
Yeah.
The bit where if it were a domesticated bird, it would have a little tag.
Okay, the two of us now, I'm just hugging onto this thing for dear life. Blood streaming out behind me.
It still has its some of its movement, and another attack that it can make. Is going to try and make a beak attack against plates, because that's the other thing that is currently within its reach. Now, being stunned, this would have advantage against you, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Right. Okay. That is a natural 20. So, yeah. Okay. Alright, how many hit points do you have left?
47?
47. Well, you're not dead. You take 40 points of piercing damage.
Not dead, but ill.
Yeah, that was a lot. It rolled pretty well there. Okay, that is pretty much all it can do this round. It is going to sort of swoop around in a large arc around the side of the tower, and it is at this point that some of Erin's companions on the ground start firing at it. But apparently only one of them can hit the broadside of a barn.
Oh no.
This is the size of the broadside of a barn.
Yeah, this is hard to miss.
Yeah, like,
but nonetheless.
I'm literally going to double check this because they have not rolled well, but this could actually... Ooh, okay. Yeah, no, okay, I was wrong. 2 of them hit, 2 of them do not. Right, that's fine. Okay, they do a certain amount of damage with their muskets too. So that is...
By the way, this thing, I still have comprehend languages up, so if this thing is speaking in any, like, intelligent tongue,
it does not appear to be currently. It does not appear to be currently. You get the impression that it might be in the same way as other kind of domesticated animals. It might understand a language if it were taught it, but it doesn't like have anything inherently of its own.
Ooh. So, but to speak with animals didn't work in it either.
Yeah, because this is a monstrosity.
Yeah, it's in that blurring, monstrous line.
Yeah, I did genuinely consider this, but mechanically I don't think that would have worked.
Yeah,
and I'm
anyway,
not certain that this is something that any of you would have known ahead of time.
No.
In which case, then, it is now... Plates, you're up.
Whoa, that was awesome. Wow.
You're bleeding from a lot of places you weren't a moment ago.
I look down at myself and bleeding. I look up at Fastur, he's bleeding. Fastur, you're bleeding from a lot of places. I have a cupcake. I shove a cupcake into your face. And like, this is like fully, like, just face shove you with a
Squish.
cupcake. Cure wounds.
Oh, nice.
Which I don't know. Sam, how many dice is Cure Wounds? You do it all
What
the time.
what spell slot are you using for it?
The normal one, just for that.
Okay, well, it'd be 1d8
1d8.
plus your wisdom.
Oh, that's not very good. That's a 5. 5 hit points for you. Congratulations.
Okay, it's something.
5 more than you had.
Um,
And then, as my bonus action, I'm going to look at the rock and just go, I don't like you. And I'm going to hit it, and I'm like with my hands, just gently slap whatever bit I can get to, and I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark.
Okay, nice.
And that's my turn, I think.
Okay, cool.
I'm doing very badly on hit points, but this character would heal you first. So
That's fair. Oh, the power of friendship.
yes.
Okay. With that is now Fastur's turn.
okay.
Yeah, plates is like real bleeding.
How
Badly.
is it an action? Would it be an action to try and climb onto this thing's back to get out of Talon reach?
I would allow it to be your movement, provided that you just made the athletics check to stay hanging on, because it's not holding on to you, you're holding on to it.
Let's give it a shot. Natural fucking 20. Oh.
Yes!
Hooray!
So yes, you are able to move 30 feet across this rock.
Okay, taking plates with me so that we're both out of Talon reach.
Yep.
I'm like using the rope still around its neck to like bring ourselves up. You see Fastur, like the healing you did, like a cut, like the blood flow staunches a little, but you see like a kind of a mad, less of like a yahaha mad Gullind, and more like a feral look enter his eyes, and a sort of growling sound, and his jaw opens and actually seems to almost unhinge a little. And I'm gonna cast fuck it at 4th level at this point. I think this needs to be. I'm gonna cast a reflavored vampiric touch, the Ancient Hunger, and make a bite attack against this fucker.
Nice. Okay.
Fuck. 15?
15 is exactly what you needed, yes.
Oh,
Okay.
thank fuck. Alright. I just sink my teeth into its flesh and just bite a chunk out of it, chewing and swallowing with ferocious energy. Because, yeah, fucking Giant's Curse of Hunger time. And this is going to be the...
It tastes a little like goose.
Oh. Yeah, so that deals 16 necrotic and heals me 8.
Excellent.
Yes.
From
Okay.
furious metabolism.
Yep. It did
Plates
not like
is-
that.
Vaguely clinging to your back, losing a lot of blood, like a scaring at you. Just hear them go, "You're really scary like this." They're a bit like dazed.
That's the end of my turn. That's all I've got.
Okay. It is now Erin's turn, who is going to pop up from the hatch once again. You see her kind of like caress the barrel of her musket, and you see just briefly there is a small kind of purple glow along her fingers, and I don't know. I think Plates, you have spirit sight, right?
No. I
Oh,
don't.
okay.
Or would I? I don't
You
know.
would, if you're using magic, the type of magic you would have.
Oh, sure, yeah.
You do. Whether you recognise that as being anything special, given where you're from, is a different thing. But
I probably don't, but I
Yeah.
do have spirit sight.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you then see actually like poking up from like out the back of the neck of her shirt. You can see what looks like a small translucent fuzzy-like creature that appears to be channeling some energy into this weapon. She then raises it and takes aim with it. She has just cast Elemental Weapon. And is going to attempt to do some more damage. Yes, both of those hit. So that is... Okay, fair amount of damage. You see both hits impact its like the downy feathers on its underside, and where it's hit, they immediately burst into flames. The flames don't linger, but it is clear that whatever she just hit it with was incendiary in nature. Just mark off the damage there, and we are back to the top of the round with Francis.
Actually, before we continue, I'm going to change my mind on that, revert that, because you haven't really described a spirit or anything.
I super haven't given plate spirits.
Yeah, given Plates' like background, they might honestly. We can say that, and then we haven't really mentioned spirits up to this point, that, maybe Plates doesn't have dream sight, in which case I guess you didn't see that. But you've been so steeped in the nature of the dream fold that your magic is kind of more like bits of dreamfold logic made manifest. Like you're bringing a little bit of that place with you.
It kind of works with what I'd pictured.
Yeah, we're going to keep that a little loose because it's outside the normal rules of how I work with magic.
The spice must flow rules.
Yeah,
So,
we'll kind of go with spice must flow rules in this one.
Cool.
I'm not gonna define it too hard because it's not part of the way that I usually do it, but like it fits with your background.
No worries at all. Okay, so regardless, we are back to the top of the round with Francis.
Yes. Is there any part of this thing that I can shoot that is more than 10 feet from my friends?
Yes, lots.
Big.
Lots of it
Hooray!
is more than 10 feet from your friends. Bear in mind, like, the wingspan of it is about 200 feet. Like, the actual body of it, about, like, beak to tail, is... I would estimate, and I'm not an ornithologist here, but at least 50 feet.
Oh, this thing is like a fucking Boeing 747.
Yeah, it is huge.
big.
I mean, it's gargantuan. It's literally in the description. It's gargantuan.
I think how... what can I do with... Just checking what I can do. I've got so many things. Because...
If you're worried about accidentally
it's
hitting
mostly
your
shooting.
companions, then yeah, there's plenty of places you can aim for that aren't near where they are, but would still do damage.
Fun. Okay, I'm just checking what my bonus actions are before I do anything with it. No, okay. I'm going to try and hide again.
Cool.
Because that worked, sort of. Going to find a different thing to hide on. I'm going to try and hide behind one of the screaming mushrooms that's still here.
Yeah, the mushrooms, I haven't really been describing this in detail because it hasn't really been relevant, but if any of you had been like up on top of the tower at the moment, there's still a number of mushrooms that are still going, "Ah!"
I'm just going to scream back at the mushroom because they're very
Established
irritating.
dominance, I like it. In fact, fuck it, make an intimidation check. I'll give this to you for free.
Wow, I'm super intimidating. That's a 4.
Oh dear. It just screams louder at you.
Okay, well maybe that'll help me hide.
Yeah,
That is an 18 for stealth. I'm much better at stealth than I am at shouting at people.
Okay, and I mean it's a strong person who can roll 18 for stealth when they're screaming their head off.
It's a very loud mushroom.
Yeah, it really is. If anything, it's kind of drowning you out.
Oh.
But then again, it's probably an evolutionary response, is that something is screaming loudly near it, it screams louder in order to get the attention it deserves. Anyway, you have...
Am I hidden?
Yes.
Lovely. I want the advantage more than I do the sneak attack because my friends are now within 5 feet
Yep.
and not grappled and stunned. So, advantage, I'm going to sharpshooter. Oh, that's a good roll. Minus 5, 14 plus 25 to hit. It was a very
25
good
hits. Yeah, it definitely hits.
roll. Yay! Sneak attacks. Where's my d6 gone? The arrow's also going to explode. 'Cause I can do that twice. So, sneak attack is 8 damage. Exploding damage is 10 damage. And then, so that's 18. Arrow damage is 5 plus something, 11. So that is
16.
20.
No, sorry.
29? What was I at? So it was 10 plus from the explosion.
Yep.
8 from the sneak attack.
Yep.
11 from the arrow, so it's 29. And then another 10 from it being sharpshooter.
39 damage. That is impressive.
That's all my exploding arrows gone.
Kaboom, yes. There is
And
now,
my sneak attack for that turn.
There is now a bald patch. In fact, several bald patches on its underside.
Yay! I'm going to shoot it again because I have a second attack. I'm going to sharpshooter again, but let's hope I roll decent. No, I didn't. So that's 4 plus... And then 15?
15 hits.
Did I add that up right? Plus... So it would be 20 minus 5. I did! 15! Hooray!
Yes.
Which is really good because sharpshooter. Oh, and I rolled a 7 on the damage!
Okay.
And this weapon's really good, so that's 13. That's 23!
23 damage. Okay. That was a heck of a round.
I'm so tempted to action surge, but I'm going to hold off because I want it to come closer and do something stupid with that.
Fair enough. I mean,
so maybe next turn.
Given what has just happened, it is going to be actively looking for you now.
I mean, I'm not hiding anymore because I
Right.
shot it, so I'm just going to stand on top of the tree I was hiding behind and wave.
Right.
Because
Okay.
my friends are really hurt.
Yep.
I wave back.
Oh, it was a mushroom. I climbed the mushroom I was hiding behind.
It pitches around.
What does the mushroom feel like?
It feels like... Because there are a number of different mushrooms this would resemble. I'm gonna say, first of all, it feels slightly damp, but also sort of like damp skin, like after you've just got out of the shower.
I have to ask.
Yeah.
Because Francis would notice if this was the case. How phallic are these mushrooms?
Is it a cousin of the dwarven pump helmet?
Oh, quite phallic. Like the thing that is least phallic about these mushrooms actually are like the
screaming?
round
Hopefully.
not even well, yes, the screaming, but the screaming is emanating from like these round, vaguely oval protuberances on it.
So it's spotted dick.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, I'm going to climb the spotted dick and then attempt to shout over the noise. Oi, Rock! Eat a dick!
I'm giving you inspiration for that. Okay. So it...
But I have made myself a target.
Oh yeah. It pitches around in midair and lunges for you. It's going to make a talons attack first. That is a 17 to hit.
That hits just.
Okay. So you are grabbed and you take... pause for maths. 20 piercing damage. It has, unfortunately, another attack. So... And, roll either an athletics or an acrobatics check to try and escape the grapple, because you're grappled.
Acrobatics.
Yeah.
And I rolled a 19 on the dice and I'm an expert. That's
That
a
is-
32.
Wow, okay. Then, yeah, you are not grappled. It does, however, attempt to slash at you again with its talons. And, for 17 hit, the 23 definitely is going to...
Yeah. I like fighter rogues. This is a fun class.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that is a further 21 piercing damage. How you looking?
I'm up.
Good. Okay, well, that was not a guarantee.
And I'm still in double figures, just about.
Wow, okay.
At least one of us is.
Yeah. Having done that, it's going to, thinking about where it is.
Do I have a reaction of any kind? No, I don't.
It is going to move over to, it is now kind of over the road. It's still about, 200, 250 feet up in the air. But, it is now, the opposite side of the tower to where it first appeared. And that
Does that mean it leaves my range?
Well, no. I mean, it attempted to grapple you, and you did manage to sliver out the way. It is going out the other side of the tower and sort of pitching around in midair again. It's probably going to come back for another run. But
I'm still on the tower.
Yes, you are still on the tower. Just. Do
I get an opportunity attack? Because it did leave my space, and it was in my space.
That's true. You know what? There's no rule that says that you can't make an opportunity attack, so make an opportunity attack. It doesn't have flyby attack as a thing, but that seems like an oversight. Anyway, make your attack.
I'm just trying to think whether I could... Can I use it to grab the rope?
Given where it is...
Because the rope's still hanging off it.
Yeah, you could absolutely try and do that, you crazy, crazy bastard.
Me and my 18 hit points would like to hang off the bottom of a rope attached to a flying bird that I'm trying to kill.
Who am I to deny you? Make your roll.
We're all going to fall to our deaths. What am I rolling?
Athletics.
10.
10. Ooh.
It's not good.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna die.
I mean, giving rope burn to you would be just anticlimactic at this point. Okay, I'll tell you what then. As it is passing, you attempt to grab hold of the rope. You do for a brief moment. Its momentum launches you basically across the length or the width rather of the tower, just before you end up being pitched over the side. I'm going to give you a dexterity saving throw to see if you can grab onto the edge of the tower before just being pitched over the side.
Oh. I'm dead. I'm so dead.
Oh, no.
That's an 8.
An 8.
Oh, you are dead.
Okay. So, 200... I don't think I have enough d6s for this.
Oh, I'm definitely dead.
You're so
I mean, I do stick to walls, but...
Okay.
Oh,
I don't think that...
That's a point. Okay.
I walk up walls.
Right.
I guess it's how far do they fall before hitting a wall?
Alright, then this is going to be, I'm sorry, a further acrobatics check to see how far you fall before you can get a leg to the wall.
Okay, well that is much better. I'm much better at acrobatics than saving throws, apparently, because that's a 27.
27. Right, okay. You are lucky, right. I'm going to say, you pitch over the wall. You are pinwheeling in the air. You like your arms and legs kind of splay out, and one of your legs makes contact with the wall. You pivot around the leg and slam into the side of the wall for 5 bludgeoning damage.
Oh.
And the moss that cannot speak anymore just sort of looks at you in a judgmental manner.
I'm sorry, that was unintentional. I'll make it up to you.
You haven't landed on the moss this time, but it's looking at you as if to say, "The fuck are you doing, mate?" Having completed that rather improbable acrobatic maneuver, you see actually from where you are currently, some of the other soldiers from down below are lining up another shot at the rock. And they are a little bit better this time. They roll a certain amount of dice. Right, that is okay, reasonably decent. You see them kind of in a braced firing position. They let fly, and kind of almost as a volley this time, they are able to hit some of the underside of one of the Rocs' wings. It's looking pretty battered now, but it still has fight in it. Next up, then, we have plates.
How far away from me is... Sorry. How far away from me is its eyeball?
Its eyeball?
Yes.
Currently, I would say it's about 30 feet away, but in its current position, its head's facing forwards, so you're like on the back of it. You'd have to wait for it either to turn, or you'd have to move across its back to get a good, like, solid straight line to its eyeball.
I have 35 feet of movement.
Yep. You could definitely get to a point where you could see its eyeball with that amount of movement.
Can I poke it in the eye with my sword with that much movement?
Yes, actually, you could. It's, you're going to be like crawling up its neck, but yeah, you can definitely try and do that. So you've already cast Hunter's Mark on it, so let's see if you can poke it in the eyeball.
Yeah, I crawl up its neck just saying things like, "You are not nice, you made my friends bleed, I don't like you." Go away. So that is, assuming I'm using my short sword, that is 21.
Oh, that hits.
Okay, I'm going to use Dreadful Strike as well, which gives me an extra d4 of psychic damage.
Ooh, nice.
So, we have the piercing.
Yep.
It's 5 piercing, which is terrible.
Okay.
Plus 6 Hunter's Marks, that's 11.
Yep.
And then plus 3 psychic, so that is 14.
Nice. Okay, you stab it straight in the eyeball, and you can see it like it thrashes around. I'm gonna ask for another strength saving throw just to hold on as it is thrashing around in midair and desperately trying to shake you off.
That is an 18.
Okay, you do manage to hold on for dear life, and it has disadvantage to see you now because it can't really turn its head around far enough the other way.
I have another attack, so I would like to try for its other eyeball.
Oh, okay, yeah, you make it around to the other side of its head. Its head is pretty big, but yeah, you can do it.
Don't make plates angry, lads. That is 20, dirty.
20. Okay, yeah, that hits.
Mm-hmm. And that's a 6. I don't know how Dreadful Strike works and if I can do it again. I know that you only get Hunter's Mark on 1.
It's usually any hit you make.
Yeah, I think it's any hit, isn't it? So
yeah.
4 for Dreadful Strike. Yeah, so that is 7 total.
7 total. Okay,
yeah.
Cool. That is pretty decent. Okay, yeah, it is.
Bleeding a lot.
Yeah, it is thrashing around quite badly. You don't need to make another saving throw as a result of that, but it is not happy.
On its face.
Yeah, it's possibly going to have to do something. It is like it's certainly blinded on one side. The other side has certainly given it a lot to worry about, but it didn't quite pierce the eye in the same way that the first strike did.
How fucked is it looking?
Oh, pretty. Like
last legs pretty, or got a fair bit of fight left?
Close to last legs, yeah.
It's the same check either way, so fuck it. Let's see if we can weaken it a last bit. breaking off from my frenzy of gorging. This doesn't actually break my concentration, so I still have this if need be.
Okay.
I'm going to, holding on the rope with one hand, plant the staff like in its flesh with the other hand. So just think very much Muad'Dib riding the Shai Hulud. Yeah. Call out to it in gigantic, almost like a droning, repeating mantras. Steed of the clouds, hear my call, submit to my will. Steed of the clouds, hear my call, submit to my will. This is, it's called hypnotic gaze, but it only needs to be able to hear me. So, can I ask for a wisdom save from this thing, please?
You absolutely can. 1 second. Okay, it rolled a 12.
Yes! 14! So, as it hears my chant, it is charmed by me until the end of my next turn. And on my next turn I can use my action to sustain the effect. Unless, of course, it can no longer see or hear me, or if it takes damage. Mm-hmm. It is incapacitated. Its speed drops to 0, and it is visibly dazed.
Okay.
We're in flight. We're 200 feet up, and thank the gods we're on its back.
Yeah.
Or not thank the gods, because giants are atheists.
Thank good fortune and physics.
Yep. Fuck you, gods, we're on its back.
Okay, great. So it is currently charmed, and that means that yeah,
it's
it is
falling.
Yeah, or gliding at the very least. Yeah, it is Erin's go. She does not reasonably know this, but is going to attempt to shoot at you.
I mean, it's visibly dazed. I guess you don't know what that means, but...
Yeah. Like, it has travelled far enough that she's shooting with disadvantage, but... Like... Ha! No, that was a 1. Her musket misfires, and... damn it! And, pops back down. Neatly enough, that, kinda nixes her ability to reasonably hit it this round with anything. So that brings us back to the top of the round with Francis.
So this thing's like, it looks like it's going down.
It's weirdly, from your point of view, it looks like it was turning around in midair. You saw your companions on its back, and now it's just sort of it's just sort of gliding down the road away from the tower.
You just I don't know if you can hear the bellowing chant, but you know when like they're going over the pass of Carathas, and you can hear Saruman just like chanting in the distance.
I will say, yeah, you can. It's pretty faint and difficult to hear over all of the screaming that's happening around you, but you can see Fastur on its back, kind of standing up in a frankly wizardly pose, making a chant of some kind, and it appears to like there is a quality to its movement now, which is such that like. Your characters wouldn't necessarily have this basis of comparison, but the best way to put it is like, the lights are on, but nobody's home anymore.
How far away is the rope?
The rope is about 150 feet away now.
I cannot jump that far.
No, unfortunately.
It would be amazing
you
if you
could. I guess I'm going to use my bonus action to second wind.
Okay, cool.
And just take a moment to catch my breath.
Get your other foot adhered to the side of the tower, maybe.
Oh. No. I'm just hanging by one leg. Oh.
Like, engage
And
those core
regain.
muscles so you're getting back into a basically standing upright position.
Get a whole 11 hit points back.
Nice.
That's nice. And I'm going to hold my attack until this thing looks like it's no longer in its weird, spacey state.
Okay.
Because I'm hoping it's just going to sort of glide gently to the ground and crash horribly, and my friends will be fine.
Yeah. Well, currently...
That's what we're hoping too.
It appears to be descending slowly, just by dint of the fact that, you know, it's a large bird that's very aerodynamically sound, but it's not actually flapping its wings, giving itself any further locomotion. So it is slowly coasting towards the ground. Might be a couple of rounds before it gets there, though, at this rate.
I've got tons of range.
Okay. Anything else this turn?
No. Maybe I'll walk 30 feet down the tower.
Okay, yep. You absolutely can do that.
Casually, like I totally meant to fall off.
Yeah, like a cat that's just run headlong into a table.
This was always my plan.
I meant that. Okay, you make your way about 30 feet down the tower, which, given how far you'd fallen, you're about, 150 feet from ground level. That being the case, then, it is now the Roc's turn. Does the Roc get a save against this this charm effect?
No.
Okay.
Just until the end of my next turn, or until it gets damaged.
Okay, it is just going to continue to glide lazily downwards, like far off in the distance. You can see a tiny little speck that looks like maybe it's a small roadside inn. The view is absolutely stunning and unparalleled from up here, if it weren't for all the mortal peril. You continue to coast in a vaguely downwards direction, and it is now Plate's go.
Time for you to land now. I'm going to poke its eyes some more.
I mean, it's incapacitated. I'm pretty sure that's this is an auto crit if you hit. If you're trying to stab it in the other eye.
Do you want to stab it in the other eye? Very
Okay,
well.
you're intending to do damage here. Okay.
Yes.
It can't take actions or reactions. It's not restrained.
Okay.
But I guess it is. Yeah. You can still try to stab it in the eye if you want.
Yep.
I mean, I can't stop you.
Okay, so is it? It's an auto crit if you try.
No, it's not stunned. It's just incapacitated.
Oh, I see. Okay, in which case we need to at least roll then for damage. Yeah, so roll for to hit rather. 17 hits.
Hooray! I'm going to do the dreadful strike thing again, and I've also still got Hunter's Mark up. So yay!
Excellent.
So that is that's actually really good. That's 10 piercing. Oh my god, 2 6s in a row. 6 Hunter's Mark, so that's 16. And 2 Dreadful Strikes, that's 18 altogether.
Excellent.
Into its eyeball.
Ooh, nasty.
And I'll do another one while I'm here.
Yep, can do.
Next thing I'm just on its face, gently reaching down with a sword and just poking.
Yep, and it is super effective.
Yay!
Roll to hit for the second one.
24 for the next one.
24 definitely hits, yep.
Yes. And I'm gonna Hunter's Mark I've done, but I'll do Dreadful Strike, but first I'll do the actual thing. Oh, that was not as good. And that is 5 piercing, and 9 altogether with Dreadful Strike. That's 4 psychic.
Okay. Right. It's safe to say it is no longer under the charm effect, but it also now can't see.
Plates is just saying things like, "You are not my favourite. You're very mean."
Oh,
do not
has
like
it
you.
now stopped being dazed looking?
Yeah, it has. It is looking, if anything, confused and scared.
Then I will shoot it.
Okay.
Although, Plates, you got to finish your turn, and I will shoot it after your turn. If you've got any other bonus action things.
I think I'm done. Yeah.
Okay.
I will take my shots then, because
Yep.
I had a held action.
Cool.
Sharpshooter. Oh, it's a natural 20. Oh no.
Okay. Let's see how much damage you do.
I get sneak attack because my friends are close by.
Your friend is on its face. So.
Yeah.
That's as close by as you get.
Yep.
I rolled badly on the dice though. I rolled 6 total on the dice, so that's 12.
12, okay.
Plus 6 for my magical bow is 18.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 10 for the sharpshooter is 28.
28.
Yeah.
Okay, so it had 1 hit point left after Plate's rounds.
Oh,
So
we're not
describe
saving this
how you
bird.
killed this.
Nope.
I want to shoot it through the eyes that Plates has been stabbing. I'd like to go through one eye and out the other.
Okay, you absolutely do so. The Plates, from your position, just stabbing into whatever you find, you see there is an arrow just sort of pierces through it all of a sudden, and very narrowly misses you. But it's an arrow that you recognize, the shaft of which has gone through the entirety of this thing's head, through one eye and out the other. The massive bulk of the bird starts to corkscrew as it falls out of the sky. I'm gonna say both Fastur and Plates, I'm gonna need a strength saving throw for you to hold on.
Natural 20.
Natural 20, okay.
8.
8.
It's
Okay.
a saving throw, yeah. My
Yep.
my saves are not as good as my athletics.
Okay, right. Having to figure out at what point this occurs, but
I mean, it's whether or not I can get, whether I can get my round in before I lose control or not.
well, it would be your turn, at this moment. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you this as your action. You are flung off the side of this bird as it falls. You are very nearly battered by the wing as it continues to corkscrew out of the sky. You are falling, but you have all of your actions.
Okay, I'm in a moment of free fall. Can I try and grab plates as if I fall past them? Can I try and sweep plates under one arm?
Okay, this would be, I guess, a dexterity check?
Yeah, and I can't really do sleight of hand on this.
Yeah, no.
Come on! Okay, that's a dirty 20.
Ooh.
Okay, I'll say then that you do manage to grab hold of plates, assuming plates does not resist. You have hold of them.
I guess I thrust the 10-foot long quarterstaff out, and you can grab hold of the other end as I'm going
I
past.
do that, yep.
And at that moment, I will, grabbing one end of my coat, and I've had this huge hand-stitched faded blue coat this whole time. I grab one end of it, cut it in the hand that's holding the quarterstaff and with plates on. The other end I will grab so that it splays out like the wings of a bird. And activating my ring of telekinesis, I will start gliding the pair of us down. And the inside of the coat is like a russet, like a sort of robin orange as well.
Brilliant.
Fastur, were you a bird this whole time? Plates is bleeding. Like, very dazed. Are you a bird now? Were you always a bird?
No, but I am an heir of those who could walk the skies.
I imagine you're sort of like helicoptering for a brief moment with like at either end of their staff before sort of Batman
For
into the
like
ground.
pulling them in, and then we just sort of begin the process of... I can only descend 30 feet at a time if I don't want to be like crushed by terminal velocity. So it's a gentle glide down from here.
You do gently glide to the floor, but not before there is an almighty crash as the gigantic bulk of this impossibly large bird hits the ground and leaves a sizable crater.
As it falls, does it knock up any giant boulders?
As a matter of fact, where it falls, it is on the road. You can see that there are several trees that fall over as a result of its violent landing. And yes, there are indeed boulders along the side of the road that you see jump off the ground for a brief moment.
Rocks are flying! Rocks are flying!
I
Rocks are flying!
told you before this was done, you would see rocks fly.
Yeah. There's also like shale and small pebbles on the road that bounce up 6 feet in the air.
Well, I will give you that. The rocks did fly. You were right, and you're also a bird, and it's amazing. I'm sorry the other bird is dead, but it kept making you both bleed, so it needed to die.
I'm going to walk casually down the tower, thinking about that wonderful moment standing on top where I felt so inspired and never used that to stop myself falling off the fucking tower.
Yep. Don't worry.
Intelligence of 9, it's catching.
It'll keep.
Intelligence of 7. I got you beat.
Bloody hell. Yeah, the rock had an intelligence of 3. So, after this tumultuous event, you are stood around the carcass of this impossibly gigantic bird, wondering what you are going to do next. The soldiers from the watchtower are looking on, dumbfounded that anything so large can A, exist, but B, has seemingly been slayed by mortal hands. And they walk up to you, and they say,
I kick the bird.
It does not react.
I already start filleting it. There's food to be had here.
Oh yes, this could feed a lot of people.
Master, can I go on your shoulder? I'm bleeding.
Do not worry.
Oh, I've got a potion. Do you want a potion?
Yes.
Have the I want to say it's health. It's probably good for you.
Yay. Actually, wait. No, keep it. I have a spell. I'm gonna use that. Thank you for reminding me, though. I'm gonna use a spell.
If we rest, I believe we could. I have some herbs.
Herbs are good.
I mean, a bit of a sit down would be lovely. I'm just going to sit on the bird.
Yeah, you have ample amounts of space to do so. In fact, you can, all of you, even Fastur, stretch out on its outstretched wing with ample amounts of space.
That sounds so comfy.
Yep.
Comfy.
There is, in terms of just sheer raw resources here, you have literal tons of things. Tons of feathers, tons of down, tons of meat,
I'm going to make a pillow.
Yeah.
Once I've had a sit down.
I
want to sit down.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm getting the sense that we're looking for a short rest here.
Yes. Yeah, probably.
Okay. Yeah, you all take a short rest. The soldiers from the watchtower start kind of picking around, gathering up the bodies of their fallen comrades and actually hacking their heads off and burying the bodies in shallow ground. After which they amble back up to you and say, "Well, look, I can't thank you enough for your help back there, but we've got a boat to catch."
Yeah, what was your plan? I feel like there was a whole bunch of stuff that went way over my head.
Well, put it this way, we kind of collectively decided that there were other opportunities out there that the Osirian army couldn't provide us with, so we are branching out as freelancers, you might say. We've got a ship waiting for us in Crosswater, the Kingfisher. It's going to take us to the Draconic Empire. I've heard they have a market for people with our skill set.
That was our boat, wasn't it? Were we on that boat?
Yes, it was the boat, or the ship.
Yes, I remember the thing.
Yeah, we were on the Kingfisher.
It's a nice boat.
Sometimes has holes.
Don't jump off it.
Again, I'm the worst person for insight, but can I make an insight check to see whether
Absolutely,
I believe
you
them?
can. Yeah, okay.
10.
10. Okay, I mean, you don't think they're telling you everything, but what they are telling you seems to have the ring of truth about it.
Oh, I mean, I've got it, so I just need to check what this... Yeah, I mean, it's time for it. I think I'm going to say then, stay. I will cook some of this this bird. You should eat before you go.
Well, I suppose we could hang around for a few more hours. That's not going to make too much difference.
Yeah, this is mostly so that I can get an opportunity while they're while we're kind of taking a rest, to wait for an opportunity to cast Detect Thought, to just do the casting of Detect Thoughts unattended.
Okay.
Literally, if we do this like while we're taking the short rest and so on, can I try and use that? Well, is that likely to give me any advantage on the sleight of hand check? I just want to try and time it.
Yeah, I'll say it does give you an advantage on the sleight of hand check.
Good, because I needed that. That's a 16.
16.
Yeah. So I cast Detect Thoughts, and so and just not the captain, but one of the others. Just ask. Say, here, try some of this now. This with a bit of the spices. So, what were your what were you thinking of doing when you got to Crosswater?
The one you handed to is the orc who first met you, Reinhardt, and he says aloud, "Well, yeah, we heard that there was this ship the captain had previous history with that could take us where we wanted to go, and they think simultaneous to this. And of course, if they don't want to do that, then we have a reasonable amount of persuasion we could levy against them.
That really answers all the questions I had. I just make them food, take an opportunity to whisper to the others at one point. They seem mostly inclined on getting out of the country and maybe blackmailing the Kingfisher if they don't. I don't care about that. Do you care about that?
No. I thought maybe I might, but no.
No, mostly I'm just waiting for another hole.
I'm going to go up to the top of the tower, though, and look for Gertie and Axel and Phyllis.
Oh!
Alright, make
who I have a
check.
horrible feeling might be amongst them.
Make a nature check.
Ooh, nature. I actually am proficient in, so that's an 18.
Okay. You find a number of bones up there. The majority of them appear to be equine, though, not bovine.
Ooh.
You do see some evidence of other smaller game of the sort of more humanoid variety, which corroborates with what the soldiers had told you before. But you don't see any evidence of bison. Like, you know, there'd be remnants of horns or hooves or like large bits of rib cage. And you don't see any of those.
Just in the interest of finding Gertie and so on, you've got a whole look from up there. Can you see them from the tower? I mean,
can I see them?
Okay, yeah.
Can I see anything?
Given how far above the ground level you are and how flat the surrounding landscape is, yeah, make a perception check with advantage.
I get advantage anyway, because I am magic boy. 29.
29.
I have good perception and a magic item.
All right. You are searching around, scouring the surrounding countryside. There are a few trees dotted here and there, and after a few minutes searching, you see that there is a large oak tree that appears to be kind of slightly bent at an odd angle. It almost looks like it's being, like it's bending in the breeze, but there's no breeze. Or at least not anything near what would account for a tree being kind of bent over at that angle. And looking further, you can see some small dark spots in amongst the foliage of this tree. And
In a tree, that's so good.
you can see, as if you take the time to move towards it a little bit, that it would appear that against all rationale, these three bison apparently ran possibly headlong into the tree, knocked it slightly off its axis, and then attempted to scramble up it, thinking it was like a sheer cliff face or something, and have now got stuck in the lower branches of this tree.
Excellent.
Then, yeah, I guess I'm...
Do you teleplace this?
I mean... I'm going to do... Right. I've wanted to do this the whole time, so I am going to try and fly off the top of the tower with some giant feathers, and then tell you if I survive the fall.
Are we within 60 feet of the tower? Are we within 60 feet of the base of the tower?
I'll say, yeah, at this point, yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm going to jump off the tower.
Okay.
And I'm there to catch him with telekinesis just before he hits the ground.
Okay, so I need to know two things briefly here. What sort of do you sort of do a swan dive off the tower?
No, I'm trying to flap my wings. I've got feathers.
Oh,
I've taken up some of the giant feathers, and I'm trying to fly with them.
This is
Okay.
fine.
I'm gonna roll a luck check for what exactly the type of feathers you got are, because, you know, given the size of the feathers relative to you, I will say make an acrobatics check.
That is a 22. No, 32. I rolled a 19 and I have a plus 13.
Jesus. Okay.
That is a 32.
Okay, then this works far better than it has any right to. You launch yourself off the tower, and for a good couple of feet, you are just like gliding on the wind. You've actually got a decent amount of updraft, and then when you try and flap your wings, the aerodynamic grace completely collapses, and you start to nosedive, and then you the updraft sort of forces your hands out with the wings again, and it catches the updraft, and you kind of end up sort of seesawing down in a, at a fairly heavy clip, but in such a manner that the fall might not be quite as terminal as otherwise it would definitely have been.
Yeah, Plates, you see Fastur gripping his staff tightly, looking like he's terribly constipated.
Yep.
As he's staring up at this happening.
You too many cupcakes.
I ate a lot of that bird very quickly. Just furiously trying to fight the fall.
It is incredibly sinewy.
How much damage do I take?
I'm catching you with telekinesis.
Catch you with telekinesis.
That last updraft is magic.
Yeah. You actually just glide safely to the ground. Although this does mean...
Faster, did you see? I flew. I totally flew.
That was really good.
You did. Please.
I should do that again.
You should not do that again. We need to deliver these cows.
Yes, on that note, Plates was totally expecting to have to lie to you and tell you the cows are fine, but they genuinely are. They're in a tree.
What? Can we go get them?
Yes, we can.
Where are they? Tell me where the
Pleasantly
cows are.
surprised
I can still talk to them today. I have enough magic.
Okay, if you point Plates in the right direction, they're easy to find.
Still bleeding. Totter over there. Can't speak with animals. Gertie, Axel, and/or Phyllis, is that you?
Who are you?
I am a friend. My name is Plate. I met your friend Rory, and he said to come and find you.
Great. Is the big giant bird thing gone?
Yeah, it's dead now. We had some of it for dinner.
Oh. Okay, next question. Do you know how to get out of a tree?
Not really. But we could probably figure it out. Let me ask my friends. Hey, the cows say, do you know how to get out of a tree?
I tend to jump.
You could try jumping.
Make a persuasion check.
I just see him mooing.
Natural one. No.
Oh, how evil am I feeling? Okay, one of either Gertie, Axel, or Phyllis.
Which one's very important?
Attempts to, well, you may find out in a moment. Attempts to launch itself out of the tree, and you just hear. The others start like shaking up in the tree. The one that has jumped. Were you trying to intercept it?
Yes.
Okay.
Just trying to get it to like sort of like and then just
and it's like you can see its legs are kind of like bicycling in the air a little bit, and then you lower it gently to the ground, and it starts running around in circles trying to chase its tail, and says, Gertie, Phyllis, I made it, it's fine.
Oh no.
Next one. Okay, I'm gonna say make a dexterity saving throw to catch the one.
That's a crit fail.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Just not fast enough.
Hits the ground and takes. Actually, okay. They only took 4 points of bludgeoning damage, but they're one of their horns is slightly bent now, but they're okay. The other one makes a jump. And, dear God, what are these things? Acrobatics.
Okay, 18 this time to try and catch this one.
Okay, this one you do manage to catch, and it slowly lowers to the ground, and
Fastur sweating bullets.
See, I told you can just jump. It's fine.
And then one turns to the other and says, "Oh, I think your technique's off. No, we just made it to the ground without hanging ourselves." And they sort of go over to each other and like nuzzle each other and say, Phyllis, is my horn still on straight?"
I think your horn looks lovely.
And they are all at least down on ground level now, but they seem to be still a little bit skittish and searching around. Saying, right, did anyone see which way we ran from?
We know where all the other cows are, and Rory, and you call him the Green Man.
Oh yeah.
Would you like us to take you there?
Yeah. That would be good. There's food there, right?
Yes, lots of food. But for now, you can have some cupcakes.
They happily accept a cupcake from you.
Fastur, I know you wanted a cow, but if you split these three up, I will physically cry for the rest of my life. Because they're clearly best cow friends. And if you do so, you are a monster.
What if we take Rory, was it you called the other one?
No. Rory's their friend too.
Let's just take all the rock meat.
Fine.
Plenty of bird.
I'm going to load up on the rock meat. Maybe we...
Come
These
back
cows
for
can
more.
carry a lot.
That's true.
That's
In theory, yeah.
very good.
Do you want me to
Very
ask them if
good
they
idea.
could carry some stuff?
Please, yes.
Also, I bet I can carry more than you.
You could probably carry more than me. I don't think you can carry more than
Welcome to
Fastur.
try.
But good luck. Gertie, Axel, and Phyllis,
Yes.
would you mind carrying some stuff for us when we're on our way back?
What?
Just some bird meat. We're quite small and you're quite big.
Oh, right. Yeah, I guess that'll be okay.
Yeah, if it gets too heavy, just tell me and you can put some stuff down. But yeah, they say yes.
We're gonna load them up with carved up smoked rock meat.
Okay, yes, they can carry a surprising amount. I mean, they'd be able to carry even more if you had a proper cart, but you do manage to load them up over the course of the next couple of hours with a surprising amount of rock meat. It's not nearly even a quarter of what is there. But
we'll get the beak, we'll get like the talons, some of the pricier, better feathers.
Yep.
Maybe we can trade some of this shit for a wagon.
Yep, almost certainly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Claws. Get the talons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You load up all of the parts that you can and make your way back towards Crosswater. You make your way down the road. The sun is getting low on the horizon now, and you see again off in the distance the speck on the horizon that appears to be this roadside tavern. And as you draw close to it, you see that the front edifice has changed slightly. There is now a banner that says in badly spelt letters, in sort of like a disquietingly bright shade of yellow. Congratulations! Free lemonade. And there are trays of lemonade just sort of sat on the windowsills. There.
Take some lemonade.
It is quite
Great,
refreshing.
free lemonade.
For a moment,
Yes.
I take lemonade and never want to turn down free food or drink.
Yes.
Been chewing on rock meat
lemonade.
this whole time.
Yes. Within the next couple of hours, as night has properly fallen, you make your way back to Crosswater, where a relieved Orville Olafsson thanks you profusely for all of your help. And as you relate the story to him, do you leave anything out?
No.
Okay.
But I will say that in lieu of one of these cows, we will take equivalent payment. It would not do to split up the herd.
They're best friends. They're best cow friends.
Well, that's mighty fine of you, and from what you've been saying about this giant bird, I think there might be another opportunity for commerce. Now, I know that one of my cousins started a restaurant chain. Do you think maybe there's a market for the meat of this bird?
If you can get enough of it in time, we've already brought some back.
Well, he did have a special recipe with herbs and spices. I'm sure we could do something. And that, I think, is a good place to bring this adventure to a close.
Yay!
Thank you all very much for listening. Thank you all very much for playing. Farewell from all of us here at Flintlocks and Fireballs. Fair seas and natural 20s.
CFR, Crosswater Fried Rock.
So gather your muskets, gather your spears, we'll plunder the shores of Calcinea. No kraken, storm or spell we fear, so come and sail with us, my dear.